What is up, everybody? It is Guy Smiley here, and welcome back to another mock update. This time we're going to be building a tank from start to finish, and I have not even started it yet. I just know that I want to build a tank. We're going to get this done. I know we are, and it's going to be for the World in Darkness group. It's going to be a European Union tank of some kind, and we're going to jump straight into like a time lapse, I think, of me just starting this and figuring out what I want to do, what I want to accomplish with this tank. Actually, I think I'll just show you guys this, what I have right now. What we have here is we have a European Union, and this is going to be an EU hard suit. This is a really cool design that I came up with. And then I'm going to build another one of these. And we also have a European Union truck. This is like a Humvee of some kind, and this is something that I built, and I want to make a tank. I was gonna post this actually, just like it is, with just the truck here and the hard suit. But I wanted to actually do like a full-on faction photo, like of everything that they have. So I want to build a tank to go along with this, and it does have doors like that open up, and then it has doors in the back as well. So this truck is really cool, but I think it does need a tank to go along with it, and that would make a really epic photo of the truck, you know, the hard suits and the tank, and then the faction in front. That'd just be so awesome. So we're gonna start this tank right now. Alright, everybody, so I actually didn't do a time lapse for that beginning part of the tank turret here, because otherwise I would have been recording for like 3 hours or more, probably like 4 hours actually, because that's how long it took me to actually make this. It took me a long time to figure out how I could get these angles here with the wedge plates, and to get them all situated and to stay in the right spot here with these hinge plates on the bottom. You're getting some really complex shapes and angles there, which I think looks really good, because this is really what I wanted out of this. I wanted to make a really angular tank turret that had a lot of angles going on, and this looks very good, I think. One of the things that I did, that I thought was really cool, was since I angled these downward like this, and I have them offsetted a little bit, if I put a 2x2 tile right there, it actually won't work. For example, if I were to do something like this, as you can see from the front, it's a little bit too big. It makes a big seam right there, and I don't really like how that looks, because this kind of like intrudes a little bit on the space that it would require. So if you use the flag pieces, as you can see on this side, they're a lot thinner than a plate, which allows you to actually have them perfectly flush with the wedge plate right there, without this big gap right there, and then this is coming up a little bit higher than this right here, as you can see, which looks a lot better, I think. So that's a really cool solution I was able to find for this piece right here on the top of the turret. But now we're gonna actually move on to the back of the turret here. We're gonna move on to the back of the turret, and we're gonna do the actual the body of the tank next. So I have all my tank treads right here. I need to figure out how big I want to make it and where I want the turret to sit on the body. Do I want it to be like in the middle or near the front and have the turret be as big as the body of the tank, or do I want to have it in the back? I'm kind of leaning towards the back, I think, right now, but we'll see where it goes once I actually start putting the pieces together. Alright, everybody, so what I'm doing now is I'm kind of just like just kind of doing a rough draft of the chassis of the tank here. I believe that's a technical term. That's the first time I've ever actually used that word in an actual video, I think. But this is the chassis of the tank, and then we're gonna have the turret be right up here, somewhere right here, maybe a little bit higher. But I feel like looking at that on the camera now, it actually looks like that might be too high. So I might need to make these treads a little bit not so a little bit thinner, I think, maybe, so they don't so it's not as high up, because they are kind of tall. I don't think tank treads are that big in real life. I don't think they're that huge. And then we're gonna try to do these sides here, and let me show you guys the concept art that I'm actually looking at for inspiration for the side paneling, because I want to do something a little bit more original than what you normally see, with just kind of like a plates at a 90 degree angle. I want to do something really angular like this, like you see in this concept art right here. And I think that would look really cool if I could figure that out. Maybe I'll try to do the same technique with by angling plates like I did on the actual turret, or maybe I'll use just slopes and stuff like this, and then I'll just put these along the side like that. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do that, and then I actually might need to make the treads a little bit smaller. So we're going to do that right now. Alright guys, so this tank is actually proving to be very, very hard to build. But I think I've actually made progress. I think I know where I want to go with the actual body of the tank now. So this is what we have right here. We're going to be doing something like this. Where we have, we're going to have these slopes going all around both sides. And then we're going to end it off right here with this, this wedge piece right there. And then we're going to have a nice, a very nice shaping going on here with this wedge plate here, which I've angled using this kind of a technique here. It's stuck into two 1x1 round plates with holes in the middle, so that really is a pretty cool technique for that. But yeah, so I think, and then this is just gonna go on the top right there, somewhere around there. But yeah, so we're gonna continue this. I actually did decrease the size of the treads as well because I felt they were a little bit too tall, so I made them one brick shorter. So I think that looks better as well because now the tank won't be like insanely tall either, because otherwise it would just be like super tall and it would look weird. So yeah, this is looking really good. I'm really wanting to do something a little bit more original than just making it like plates here, plates on the side, trying to give it a little bit more angles and a little bit more shaping on the sides of the tank than what you usually see on Lego tanks. So yeah, it's turning out really good. It's definitely not easy though to come up with a new way to do it. Alright you guys, so I'm trying to do some work on this, and it's coming along very nicely actually. I did change up this area right here on the back, so now it looks really good. It has a nice little, a very subtle curve inward to just give it some more interesting look than if it was just like straight and having this all the way go back. And then we are also working on the front here, which is probably the hardest part of the actual body of the tank. And I'm trying to do some really tricky kind of stuff here. Incorporating that rule that we talked about in the last MOC review of one brick and two plates is two studs in length. So from this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plates is this one right here, and then this is two studs in length. So that's how this works here. However, I do want to have a studs up portion right here, so I'm having to use this what is this called? This bracket here to give a 1/2 plate gap there to fill in that 1/2 plate gap that is created when I end this only 2 plates in right here. It's very hard to explain, but as you can see right here, we have this, which is going to be the studs up portion. And I'm going to try to use these inverted tiles here and attach them like so. So that's going to be very interesting to try to figure that out. And then I have to figure out what I need to put here in this area, this space right here, because this is a very problematic piece to use because now I have a space right here that is separate from the space over here. So I have to fill that in somehow. I'm going to try to figure out that next. But yeah, it's coming along very, very nicely. As you can see, it's going to look really, really awesome once the turret is on there secured in the position on the top of the tank. Alright you guys, so I'm doing the body of the tank here. I'm trying to do the area where the turret will attach to the actual the body of the tank, and it's giving me some real troubles because of the way that I did this turret here. What we have here is we have this down here, and then we have this is slightly higher, and I don't want there to be a gap between the turret and the actual body, because that'd be kind of unrealistic. Because if that was in real life, then a bullet could just kind of hit that gap, and the tank would be destroyed pretty much if the bullet got through there. So I'm trying to do that, but the problem is this is like an uneven amount of plates distance from the bottom. So it's not like if I can raise this up by one plate, it's actually not high enough for that, because there would still be. Let me attach it here, and right here. See, there's one plate's gap, but this is still too short here, and it still like hits these studs when you actually move the turret, which I don't want to happen. It kind of rubs up against them, so that's kind of not the greatest. And as you can see, there is a gap right here. So I think I might just have to live with that gap and then make this right here be like no studs, so that it would actually be able to move without hitting any studs if I was able to do this just tiles like I did here. And then I'll be able to use these slope pieces for this piece and then get rid of these studs right there, and I think that would work. So we're going to try to do that right now. And this area at the front is also giving me some trouble as well because of the complicated way I did it, pretty much. I have to figure out a way to get this to line up perfectly with this and still be a nice different slope to give it some different angles and stuff, but still make it line up with this at the end and have it be like an even amount of plates distance. So I need to do that, and we're going to do that right now. Alright everybody, so here is the tank. It is almost complete. As you can see, I've made some real progress on it. The front is now finished. I haven't really figured out how to fill in this gap here on the bottom, or this like kind of what to put here, but I'll figure that out in a little bit. I'm kind of saving that for last because I really wanted to get all the little like details on the top just to see how it would look. I added these kind of cool like urban camo like things. I don't really know what they are. Maybe they're like sensor arrays, or maybe they're just like storage places or something. I thought they looked cool, so I put them on there, and I think they look really good. It kind of adds some more stuff on the top of the turret. I changed the barrel. I actually made it the correct color as well. It looks a lot better in black than it did in dark gray. And then I'm going to put this little turret here on the front of the tank, because I think it could use a turret on the front, because, you know, if there was, say, like infantry going up towards the front of the tank, this wouldn't be very useful for that. And I don't think that this gun could actually, the turret on the top of the turret could actually rotate down far enough to like get infantry that was kind of like right here. So I think it would actually need something right here, which I think would be a cool detail as well to add. So I'm going to put that right there as a gun on the front. We have a little kind of a cool warning hazard light right there. I just thought that was kind of cool. Add a hazard light on there like it's going to be in the city, you know, like it's like maybe there's civilians, maybe there's a hazard light on it, you know, then maybe they need to see it. I just think it looks cool. Not really sure how accurate or applicable it would be on a tank, you know, but I think that looks really cool right there. Lots of really cool angles happening on the back here, and what I'm really just like really happy that I was able to figure out is what to do on the back of the tank right here. And I got a bunch of these doors here, these door pieces. I found them in a bulk bin at a flea market, and I was able to get a ton of them. And I was like, wow, these would actually go really good on the back of the tank as intakes. And they turned out just being like really big intakes. They're like very pronounced, but I think it looks really good. You know, it's almost like a stegosaurus, like there's like spiny stuff going on the back of the tank here, and it makes it look really mean. I think really aggressive looking, and it looks really good, really accurate to what like intakes would be. Maybe these are probably they're probably like vents actually for the motors, which would be back here. So that's what these are more likely going to be. They are attached right here using a cool technique. They're built sideways like this, as you can see, using these, it's kind of like studs not on top technique here. And as you can see, we have 2 plates and 2 bricks plus 2 more plates equals 4 studs in a length, and those fit right in there really nicely, and they come down onto the back of the tank as well a little bit, and I think that looks really good. So I need to finish the back as well, but I'll do that after this mock update. I think that we're going to end off this mock update right here. And last but not least, I did actually finish the turret. I figured out what I wanted to do with the back of the turret, which is have like a little black area right here, which is where like the sensors will be, the antennas and stuff. And I need to know if I should do the short antennas on right here, or if I should do 2 long antennas, which I think might look really cool. It might kind of match with like the overdone nature of some things on this tank, just make it like really absurdly cool with the long antennas. Or should I do kind of more realistic short antennas? Leave a comment down below with which one you guys think I should do. I figured I should actually show you guys what it looks like. So here's what it looks like with long antennas. And here's what it looks like with short antennas here on the back. And then we have some really cool angles here coming on the turret here with these wedge plates, making it look really mean as well. Kind of like horns almost going back there, like some kind of like an intense creature coming down off the turret there to give it a really cool vibe. So this tank is turning out really awesome. I'm really happy with the way it is looking. So be sure to leave a comment down below with your guys' thoughts on this build. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.